What's up everyone, Art at Patience Metal Fab, and as you can see we're loading up the Papa Smurf ZL1 Camaro. The owner's got his trailer out here and we have a track day booked for next Monday, and we're really hoping the weather's going to be a little bit nicer because it is raining and cold right now, but we've got everything ready on that car. It's going to be a bit of a test and tune day. He had it out at a different racetrack a couple weeks ago and we ran into some small things that we want to change and really get him prepped for this upcoming season. And we're just going to spend a day out there seeing how the car performs. We can sit down and talk to the owner, Nick, about his impressions of this year versus last year when the car was more of in a stock format, and then once those little issues are fixed up and it's tuned to where he needs it to be, we'll kind of talk about what the rest of the season looks like for him. So we're going to wait a couple days and we'll see you out at the racetrack. Morning, Nick.
Good morning. Good morning.
I was going to say that I think you've had the biggest glow up of 2024. The last time we were out at the track, you had a Nissan Sentra SER.
Oh, that thing was fun, wasn't it?
Little rental car, that wasn't yours.
Little rental car that had a little broken bearings there, yeah.
Yeah, and a bit of a noise problem, especially for someone recording outside of the track.
Yes.
But yeah, now we've got something a little more special, your Camaro, that
absolutely
our audience should be familiar with, and kind of got to see it come together from a stock car, 6 months ago or so.
Yep.
We're going to do a breakdown video on this thing, so we'll do kind of an in-depth, 15-minute item by item breakdown, but why don't we touch on some of the big stuff? Do you want to lead the charge on this one?
Sure, yeah. Well, this is all Anderson Composite. These are my sponsors. So I got the doors, the hood, trunk. Let's see, Forge Line, we're working with them as well, with AP brakes. It's pretty sweet, those brakes are amazing. Race Tech seats. I would say to everybody or anybody who's driving or racing a car that Race Tech is probably right where it's at. It's probably the best seats, and the company's amazing. So
yeah, they really are, and there's a reason that we're a dealer for them. We equip these in pretty much every single race car that we get through, especially the serious ones like that. You'll notice that John Z06 also has a pair of Race Techs.
Doing the AIM data logger in there. We have tractive suspension. That's pretty much the reason why we're here right now. It's pretty amazing stuff. We just need to kind of dial it in. A lot of buttons to push on command, so we can dial the car in on the track, which is really sweet. And then, I will shout out Hopkins Eye Clinic. These guys have been an eye coach for me. Dr. Langmo over there, he's a really cool guy, so you guys should definitely, if you're looking to be a racer or anything like that.
I think that's a great example of where you're pushing your level and your limits. I mean, you could have all the power that you want under the hood, all the suspension modifications, but really probably the driver mod is the best thing you can do. Be visually better, be more in tune, have better reflexes, those sort of things.
Absolutely.
And you see F1 drivers doing the reflex machines where they're hitting lights and stuff. It's hugely important.
Yeah, we have all that there. He has everything there. So, but yeah, also my driving coach, Alex, has been helping me quite a bit too. We're going to Hedge Hollow in a couple days, so we'll see how that is. But yeah, once the new wing is on and the stanchions are on and everything looks pretty amazing. So you guys did an amazing job, so can't be happier.
Well, we appreciate that. I'll put all the links to the episodes where we put the stuff on the car. There's a lot of in-depth footage of especially getting this custom wing on, the roll cage inside. A lot of work went into this car. And then, again, a breakdown episode once it's all said and done. But I think for now, we just need to focus on today, focus on the driving, and best of luck out there.
Thank you.
What's up, Gary?
What's going on, Art?
You'll be a busy man this morning.
It's early.
Yeah. And you've been working on the C8. I saw you guys adjusting the wing, and now we were kind of on to the Camaro wing. So we wanted to highlight this because this is the last thing we put on here. You guys have seen quite a bit of footage of this coming together over the last few episodes. It's been a long journey.
This is all the things learned from the last couple wing setups we've done. The biggest issue we've run into with chassis mounted wings in the past is what do you do with the deck lid? You pin it in, you slot it, you have to take it off separately, or you got to take the wing off, or so the red Camaro that we did for Dustin was kind of a revision 1 of this. It was sort of the idea behind it, and then this was the one that we really put some serious execution into. Moving forward, this is kind of the mounting system we'll use for everything. We'll do the uprights in a way that are modular for different deck lids, and then the actual lower parts that attach to the chassis. But for the most part, the way it connects to the lid, the way it stays on the lid, the way the swan necks all mount using G-Stream's wings, we're super happy with the way this thing came out. Big thing whenever you're mounting a swan neck, obviously, is that the downforce pulls the wing away from the mounting provisions instead of being on the bottom where it's supported. So what we actually did is we cut open the wing, and Next Rev Motorsports helped us do some engineering work on this. We've got some printed inserts that actually, it's 3-piece insert, which you'll see in that video you're talking about, Andrew putting together. 2 that go in and move out, and then 1 that drops in, heavy on the epoxy. We like to use the Scotch Weld 420 and really just glue it all together. And then this, the rivets actually go in through the top skin, but those inserts epoxy the top skin and bottom skin together, which allows so that when you're riveted through the top, you're actually still connected all the way to the bottom surface of the wing. Really makes that swan neck mount nice and tight.
And then these mounts were quite an undertaking. We had to kind of scramble to put a prototype set together, essentially, and now we've got these fully CNC'd beautiful mounts here. So what's the design premise or background on these?
Again, James over at Next Rev, guy's a hell of an engineer, so he put a lot of thought into it. Actually did some airflow stuff on them. Nice knife blade back edges. Took some additional weight out of them. We actually got them down about 1 pound below what the first prototype ones were that were all welded together. But the biggest thing is the way the pins tie in and the way it completely profiles the deck lid, so that once I open this, you'll see it. There's a sandwich plate underneath these. It's critical that these actually shape to the deck lid nicely, so that as they sandwich, you get your side-to-side rigidity out of the carbon lid.
Yeah, one thing that's really cool is I assumed maybe like you guys that this just attaches to the carbon fiber lid, but this is lightweight and by no means flimsy, but you wouldn't want this sort of force pulling up on it. So can we open this up and show how it's actually integrated into the car?
Yep, this is what makes it an actual chassis mounted wing. Nick can go to the track by himself. He can operate this car as a solo individual instead of having to have a team. And one of the big things is items like this, where he can still just pop the trunk open. Wing stays attached to the lid like a conventional mounted wing. You don't have to deal with a lid coming off, setting it somewhere, pulling a wing off separately. But then you lose the ability to actually mount it to the chassis normally by doing that. Well, with this integration, the wing, as you saw, the 2 pins tie into these, and they're aerospace pins. I mean, they're rated. The shear load of them is far beyond whatever downforce this thing's going to make. So you do directly drive the downforce from the wing straight into the frame rails like a conventional chassis mounted wing. You can see forces generated from a couple hundred up to 500-600 depending on the wing design.
So that means it's got to be really stable, rigid, and put together. I mean, the last thing you want is this wing flying off, because if you're going 100 miles an hour plus and something goes wrong with the wing, that could be disastrous for the entire car.
And anybody else on the track for that matter.
always say this, but today ended in a great success.
Great success.
Yeah? Nothing really went wrong. The stuff that you dialed in the morning was spot on. We really didn't have to make too many corrections. What was your day like?
It was good. I mean, when you get to take 2 cars out, both of which have a handful of changes done to them before coming out here, and both work, like you say. I mean, it's another day where they came out, we made huge gains in time, functionality. Alex got some seat time in both cars, got to work with both drivers. We got the data acquisition systems, all the AIM stuff in there really working well. So, I mean, it's all in all, it's been a great day.
We've been doing a lot of these Camaros lately, and we're even thinking about potentially doing a shop Camaro. That's not set in stone quite yet, but it's something that we may do later on. And a lot more people have been reaching out to us with this generation. And is there a race league centered around this, or why are these so popular right now?
American Iron Extreme is a real good one. There's a couple other series you can run them in, but that caters really well to this car. So we've got a couple guys in that now. We got a couple guys in Spec Iron that are looking at going up to AX. So yeah, some cool stuff in the pipeline.
And I can see why it's popular. I mean, just seeing Nick out here, seeing Alex in the car, these are so capable, and this is stock engine. It makes plenty of power. There's probably some tunability you can do when you can handle that power, but the mods that we've done, the suspension, the handling, the brakes, the aero stuff, obviously the cage and all the things inside, I mean, this is a really competitive car now.
Oh yeah, right out of the box. I mean, both these cars are great. Throw some safety features at them, some suspension, brakes, good data acquisition. Man, they make for a hell of a car on the track.
That's awesome. I mean, this is about as good as a track day can go. So they've got another couple of sessions before they wrap it up. I'm going to be calling it a day. So I'm wishing them the best of luck. And like I mentioned, this isn't the last time you're going to see these 2 cars, especially that Camaro. They get it back in the shop and do a full breakdown of all the stuff we've done. But until then, check out the series, enjoy it, like the video, subscribe to our page, and we've got plenty more cool projects outside of these 2 cars to come. See you later.